Hi, Joe from Miniature Landscape Hobbies here, and am I ever excited? I have a box that just showed up in the mail, a pretty big one, from our friends over at Beaver and Broadsword. This is a Canadian company that produces 3D printed models and miniatures. And if you haven't guessed, a big box comes with a big project. You see, we're coming into convention season, and we're coming up on Hot Lead, one of my favorite events of the whole year. And every year I do my best to come up with a new project, a new table to play on, usually for Silver Bayonet. And this year we've got a really cool topic. We've got ships frozen in the ice. And my son Hastings, who's waiting in the wings here, he also helped us set this up. He came up with the idea, and with the help of the people over at Beaver and Broadsword, we've been slowly preparing tables with lots of really cool frozen Arctic terrain. But in order to have ships frozen in the ice, you need to have ships, and I'm thinking that's what's in this box. Let's take a closer look.
And the sound was lots of weird sounds, and I've moved through this real fast. And in a second I'll do a segue. Okay, and here we go.
Okay, it's all wrapped up pretty good. There should be a lot in here. Let's take a look. Ooh, that, I would say that's the top of a hut or a some sort of tent, maybe. Let me get the box off the table. This is what we'll do. Take a little socket in the top. This maybe isn't for this. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's a good size. Look at that. That looks like that belongs in the Arctic. Well, that is the rear of a ship. Oh, this is cool. That is the bow of the ship.
Another hut.
Part of a hut. Mammoth tusks on there. Another hut, smaller this time. Now these are just some bags of fixtures. These are the pieces that hold the rigging on the ship. I've worked with these models before.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. I didn't realize this was in here. That is the wreck. So, wrecked ship. Part of the galleon. So that is 32 mil scale. I'm hoping that's not too out of scale for my 28 mil models.
Let me grab a model.
Here, Hastings going to grab a model. Oh, no, I don't think that's too bad at all. The stairs are a little large, but
I think that's just about right.
this is snow, more ice for ice flows, I believe they were called. So that's 3D printed ice flows. Nothing too exciting. I've been sculpting similar things myself, but that'll be nice to add to it.
Ooh.
An ice bridge.
That's
very cool.
Piece of the galleon.
That's the back of the galleon. I think that's just above the water line. Goodies. Okay. More of the wreck. That is the front of either the sloop or the bark. Not sure which. Pretty sure that's the bark because the sloop's more pointy. That's the back of the sloop. I recognize that. I've worked with that piece before. The roof's off the hut. Okay, I guess that's the back of the galleon, I guess.
This thing is even bigger than I thought.
and the front of the sloop. Okay, that's everything in the box. That's everything in the box. So we're going to take a little bit here and organize this and see what we come up with.
6.5 hours later.
Here's the assembled galleon, and that is stupendously big. This is, as I said, this is a slightly larger 32 mil. We're going to be using it for 28 mil, but I think it'll still work. And the masts obviously aren't installed, so there's plenty of space on that for moving around. And the concept is this is frozen in the ice, so probably the mast will be damaged on it. That is, I don't know, possibly the biggest single model I've ever worked with. Certainly biggest non-scratch built model I've ever worked with. It's unbelievable. And the quality, Jared, you do some good work over at Beaver and Broadsword. The quality is awesome. I'm afraid that I'm using it as terrain in this case. It's not going to do it justice, but maybe I'll have to repaint it later as something really special. But wow, that is amazing. It comes in, as you can imagine, it comes in a lot of separate pieces. There's the bowsprit with Neptune on it. Very cool. Let's look at some of the other stuff here. There's the bark. Good size ship. So that will be sailing around the ice. That's a 3-piece model for the bark and a 2-piece model for the sloop. And I've used the sloop before. It's a very great, it's a great piece. And then if I knew he was sending this, I had forgotten about it. This is the damaged wreck, so that will look really good. And that, for being sort of an afterthought, that the work on this is super. If anything, that's even nicer than the ships of the non-damaged variety. So they've got seaweed on it, but we'll have to maybe turn those into icicles.
You can almost definitely make those that into icicles.
Yeah, they look like icicles. Then the huts, the Arctic huts. Very cool. 3 of them. This one's pretty large. They got a bit of a fantasy look. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to get around to producing these in time for the spread. Hopefully I will. But the theme's a little more historical, so we'll have to see. More ice, Arctic bridge, like an ice bridge, and 3 of these pieces here, Arctic ice flows. So there we go. That is a lot of stuff to paint. I've got to get this ready in time for hot lead, which is in March, end of March. So I'm going to be busy with terrain. But don't worry. We might not be featuring all this on the channel, but we'll be featuring a lot of this. And we'll keep going with our regular painting tutorials, unboxings, and miniature gaming coverage. But I thought you'd like to see it. Just a quick little video to orient what's happening in the next couple weeks. And until then, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay involved. Drop me a line on Facebook if you want. And as always, remember to keep building life in miniature.